Welcome back to Allison Knows. Let's dive right in today. Today we're going deep into the world of epilepsy and seizures,
Okay.
using the Epilepsy Foundation's Learning Portal as a starting point.
Right.
And some really interesting information you sent me on seizure action plans.
Yeah,
So you're clearly interested in getting a solid grasp on all this.
absolutely.
And I'm so excited to explore this with you.
Well, it's fascinating how these two resources connect. You've
Yeah.
got this incredible well of knowledge in the learning portal,
Mm.
and then seizure action plans or SAPs, which provide like this personalized roadmap for navigating, those tricky situations.
Right. It's like having a guidebook
Yeah,
and like a personalized itinerary all in one.
absolutely.
So tell me, when you first looked at the Learning Portal, what jumped out at you?
Honestly, the sheer breadth of courses was just so impressive.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just for individuals with epilepsy either.
Oh.
They have specialized tracks for educators,
Interesting.
employers, even behavioral health providers. Wow.
Recognizing that epilepsy really does impact every aspect of someone's life.
Okay, that's really interesting. So it's not just about managing seizures,
Right.
It's about equipping everyone involved to create a more supportive and understanding environment.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And they structured the portal so thoughtfully.
Yeah.
For example, under seizure recognition and first aid,
Mm-hmm.
they offer both on-demand
Okay, cool.
and instructor-led certification courses.
Oh.
So whether you're a visual learner or prefer like a more hands-on approach,
Yeah.
you can find a format that works for you.
I love that they've made it so accessible because, let's be real, knowing how to recognize a seizure and provide basic first aid, that could literally be life-saving.
Absolutely.
It's empowering not just for individuals with epilepsy,
Right.
but for like everyone around them.
Absolutely. And they go even deeper with courses like seizure-safe schools.
Oh, wow.
Imagine the impact of having like an entire school staff trained on how to respond effectively and compassionately.
It creates this incredible sense of safety and inclusion for students with epilepsy.
I was reading about this recently,
Yeah.
and the statistics are astounding.
Yeah.
Schools that implement these like comprehensive seizure response programs
Mhm.
see a significant reduction in seizure-related injuries and emergencies.
Wow.
It really highlights how knowledge,
Yeah.
translates to real-world impact.
That's a perfect example of how the learning portal isn't just about information, it's about empowering individuals and communities.
Mhm.
And what I found particularly intriguing is that it's internationally accredited.
Oh, wow.
Many courses offer continuing education credits, meaning these skills are recognized and valued globally.
Oh, that's amazing.
They even launched a Spanish version of the portal recently,
Really?
making these resources accessible to even a wider audience.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
They're really committed to breaking down barriers
Yeah.
and ensuring that like everyone has access to this critical knowledge.
Absolutely.
Now, I know you dove into seizure action plans as well. What makes them so powerful, in your opinion?
Well, imagine this.
Yeah.
You're with someone who's having a seizure,
Hmm.
and instead of panic, you know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
You've got this personalized roadmap,
Right.
an SAP, that outlines their specific needs,
Wow.
their potential triggers,
Mm-hmm.
even emergency contact information.
Right. It takes the guesswork out of like a potentially stressful situation.
Exactly.
It's like having a lifeline, not just for the individual experiencing the seizure,
Mm-hmm.
but for everyone involved.
And what's crucial is that these plans aren't static.
Oh, okay.
They're living documents that evolve alongside the individual's needs.
So they're constantly changing.
They're regularly reviewed and updated,
Yeah.
involving healthcare professionals to ensure they're tailored to each person's unique situation.
So it's about constant collaboration and communication,
Mm-hmm.
bringing together medical expertise and personal experience to create the most effective plan possible.
Precisely. And SAPs are incredible communication tools, too. Think about it. Everyone involved, family, friends, teachers, coworkers,
Yeah.
they all have access to this clear, concise plan,
Right.
ensuring everyone's on the same page and knows exactly how to respond.
It removes the fear and uncertainty, allowing everyone to just focus on providing the best possible support.
Exactly.
That's great.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Did you know SAPs can even include an emergency medication management plan, or EMMP,
Wow.
if the individual needs emergency medication during a seizure?
Oh, wow.
It's like an extra layer of preparation for, those more serious situations.
It's like they've thought of everything, haven't they?
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of personalization.
Mhm.
Epilepsy is not a one-size-fits-all condition,
Right.
and these plans reflect that individuality.
Absolutely.
Before we move on, I just have to say, if you're finding this deep dive helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode of Allison Knows on YouTube. It helps us spread awareness and empower more people with this valuable information.
Absolutely.
Okay, so going back to SAPs, another thing that struck me was the emphasis on clarity and accessibility.
Right.
The language used is clear and concise, ensuring that anyone can understand it, even in like a stressful situation. And it's not just tucked away in a file somewhere.
Right.
They encourage multiple copies to be distributed to like key people and for the individual to carry a copy with them at all times.
That's so smart.
It ensures the plan is readily available when it's needed most.
Yes.
And it speaks to like the overall message of empowerment that we keep coming back to.
Absolutely. It's about giving individuals with epilepsy and those around them the tools and knowledge they need to feel confident and prepared no matter what challenges they face.
So if we were to break down like the essential elements of a comprehensive SAP, what would be like the top priorities?
Well, first and foremost, it's about documenting the specific types of seizures the person experiences. This helps everyone involved recognize what's happening and avoid misinterpreting, seizure activity.
That's crucial because seizures can manifest in many different ways, and knowing what to expect is key.
Right. Then you've got potential triggers.
Okay.
Things like stress, lack of sleep, certain medications. These are all factors that might increase the likelihood of a seizure.
So by identifying and managing those triggers, you're essentially creating a preventative strategy.
Exactly. It's about proactive care.
I like that.
And then, of course, you've got the heart of the plan.
Okay.
Clear instructions on how to support the person during a seizure.
Right.
This includes things like ensuring their safety, providing comfort measures, and knowing when to call for emergency medical help.
It's like a step-by-step guide, taking you through each stage of the seizure and outlining the most appropriate response.
Precisely. And let's not forget medication information. A detailed list of medications, dosages, and administration instructions is crucial, especially in emergency situations where first responders might not be familiar with the person's medical history.
It's all about having that critical information readily available when it matters most.
Absolutely.
And this brings us back to the collaborative nature of these plans. Who's involved in the creation process?
It's always a team effort.
Okay.
Involving the individual with epilepsy, their doctor, and potentially other members of their healthcare team like nurses or therapists. It's about bringing together different perspectives and expertise to create a plan that truly meets the individual's needs.
So it's not just about medical expertise.
Right.
It's about personalizing the plan to fit the individual's lifestyle preferences and support network.
Exactly. And that's where the power of these plans truly lies.
Yeah.
In their ability to empower individuals with epilepsy to take control of their health and well-being.
You know, it's remarkable how much thought and care goes into crafting these plans.
Yeah.
They're not just documents. They're embodiments of empathy, knowledge, and like a deep commitment to creating safer, more inclusive environments for everyone.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
We'll be right back after we take a quick pause.
It's truly remarkable how these resources, the Learning Portal and SAPs, work together to empower individuals and communities.
You're so right. It's like this two-pronged approach.
Yeah.
On one hand, you have the Learning Portal equipping people with knowledge about epilepsy, seizures, and how to respond effectively.
Right.
And on the other hand, you have SAPs providing that personalized roadmap for navigating real-life situations.
And by combining those two elements, you create this incredible ripple effect.
Yeah.
Individuals gain the knowledge and confidence to manage their condition, while those around them feel empowered to provide support and create safer environments.
It's like a chain reaction of positive change, all stemming from the simple act of seeking knowledge and creating personalized plans.
And the impact extends far beyond individual well-being. It's about transforming societal attitudes and fostering a more inclusive world for people with epilepsy.
That's a really important point.
Right.
You know, we often talk about the medical aspects of epilepsy.
Right.
But the social and emotional impact can be just as profound.
Absolutely. Stigma and misconceptions about epilepsy are still prevalent.
Yeah.
And they can create significant barriers for individuals in their personal and professional lives.
It's like this invisible wall.
Yeah.
Built on fear and misinformation. And those walls can be incredibly isolating.
Exactly. And that's why the Epilepsy Foundation's work is so crucial. They're not just providing information and resources.
Right.
They're actively challenging those misconceptions and advocating for change.
And they do such a fantastic job of connecting people with epilepsy and their families to support networks and resources in their local communities.
Mm-hmm.
They really act as like a hub, bringing people together and fostering a sense of belonging.
It's about creating a community where individuals feel seen, heard, and understood. A community where they can share experiences, offer support, and celebrate their triumphs.
You know, it's interesting how the concept of community keeps coming up.
Yeah.
It's clearly a vital element in the journey of living with epilepsy.
It makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Epilepsy is often an invisible condition, and individuals can feel very isolated.
Right.
But having a community, whether it's family, friends, support groups, or online forums, can provide that much-needed sense of connection and belonging.
It's like having a safety net.
Yeah.
A group of people who understand what you're going through and can offer encouragement and support when you need it most.
Exactly. And that sense of community can be incredibly empowering. It gives individuals a platform to share their stories, advocate for their needs, and raise awareness about epilepsy.
It's about shifting from a place of isolation to a place of collective strength and advocacy.
Absolutely.
And the Epilepsy Foundation plays a vital role in facilitating that shift. They offer a range of support services, including a 247 helpline.
Wow.
Local support groups, and online resources connecting people with epilepsy and their families.
They've created this incredible network of support that extends across the country and even internationally.
Yeah, it's truly remarkable.
It is.
And it's a testament to the power of collective action. When individuals come together, share their stories, and advocate for change, they can make a real difference in the lives of others.
I couldn't agree more. And it's not just about large-scale advocacy either.
Oh.
Even small actions can have a profound impact.
Like what?
Well, simply talking about epilepsy openly and honestly can help break down stigma and create a more inclusive environment.
That's so true. Sometimes just having a conversation can be a powerful act of advocacy.
Exactly. And by educating ourselves and others about epilepsy, we can dispel myths, promote understanding, and create a more welcoming world for everyone.
You know, one thing that's really stuck with me throughout this deep dive is the emphasis on empowerment.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about managing a condition.
Right.
It's about equipping individuals with the tools and knowledge they need to live full and meaningful lives.
I completely agree. It's about shifting the narrative from one of limitations to one of possibilities.
And that's where the Epilepsy Foundation truly shines.
Yeah.
They're not just providing information. They're fostering a sense of agency and possibility for individuals with epilepsy.
It's inspiring to see how their resources and programs are designed to empower individuals to take control of their health advocate for their needs and connect with others who understand their journey.
So thinking about our listeners specifically, why do you think this information is so valuable for them?
Well, chances are they either know someone with epilepsy or will encounter someone having a seizure at some point in their lives.
That's a really good point. Epilepsy is more common than many people realize.
It is.
And yet there's still so much misunderstanding and fear surrounding it.
Exactly. But by gaining even a basic understanding of epilepsy seizure first aid and the importance of seizure action plans, they can be better equipped to provide support, advocate for inclusion, and create safer environments for people with epilepsy.
It's about turning awareness into action.
Precisely. And even if they don't know anyone with epilepsy personally, being informed about these resources and understanding the challenges people with epilepsy face can help them be more compassionate and supportive members of their community.
You know, we are all interconnected.
We are.
And it's up to each of us to create a more inclusive and supportive world for everyone.
And that's what makes the Epilepsy Foundation's work so impactful.
Yeah.
They're not just addressing the medical aspects of epilepsy, they're creating a ripple effect of positive change that touches individuals, families, communities, and society as a whole.
Before we wrap up this section, I want to remind our listeners to like, subscribe, and share this episode of Allison Knows on YouTube.
Yes.
Your support helps us reach a wider audience and spread awareness about important topics like epilepsy.
We appreciate your support.
Okay, let's shift our focus to something that might be particularly relevant to our listener.
Okay.
The role of technology in epilepsy management.
Oh, that's a fascinating area.
Yeah.
There have been some incredible advancements in recent years.
Really?
Particularly in the realm of seizure detection and prediction.
I'm really interested in learning more about that.
Yeah.
What kind of technologies are we talking about?
Well, there are wearable devices that use sensors to monitor physiological changes that might indicate a seizure is about to occur.
So it's like having an early warning system.
Exactly. And the data collected by these devices can be incredibly valuable for both individuals and their healthcare providers.
Oh, wow.
It can help identify patterns, potential triggers, and even track the effectiveness of treatment.
That's amazing. It's like having a personalized data analyst for your health.
And then you have smartphone apps that can record seizures,
Wow.
track medication adherence,
hmm
and even provide access to support networks and educational resources.
It's like having a pocket-sized toolkit for managing epilepsy.
Exactly. And the beauty of these technologies is that they're becoming increasingly accessible and affordable.
That's great.
They're empowering individuals to take a more active role in managing their condition and improving their quality of life.
So it's not just about medical interventions.
Right.
It's about harnessing the power of technology to provide individuals with more control and autonomy.
Absolutely. And it's exciting to see how these technologies are evolving and becoming more sophisticated.
Mm.
There's so much potential for them to transform the way we approach epilepsy care and support.
It's incredible to see how technology is playing much a transformative role in empowering individuals with epilepsy.
It's truly a game changer. And it's not just about managing seizures either. Technology is also breaking down barriers to communication and connection, fostering a sense of community that transcends geographical boundaries.
You know, that's a really important point. We talked earlier about the isolating nature of epilepsy.
Right.
But technology is creating new avenues for individuals to connect with others who understand their experiences.
It's exactly. Online forums, social media groups, even virtual support groups. These platforms provide a safe and accessible space for individuals to share their stories, seek advice, and offer support to one another.
It's like building a global village for people with epilepsy where they can connect with others who get it.
And that sense of connection can be incredibly powerful, especially for those who might feel isolated or misunderstood in their offline lives.
It's about creating a sense of belonging, knowing that you're not alone in this journey.
And that can have a ripple effect on mental and emotional well-being.
You know, it's remarkable how this conversation keeps circling back to the importance of community.
It's a testament to the human need for connection and support, especially when facing challenges like epilepsy.
And it's not just about receiving support either. It's about giving back, sharing your experiences, and advocating for change.
We often underestimate the power of our own voices. But speaking up, sharing our stories, and advocating for others can have a profound impact.
It's about turning personal experiences into collective action, creating a movement for change.
And that's where organizations like the Epilepsy Foundation play such a vital role. They provide a platform for those voices to be amplified, connecting individuals with resources, advocating for policy changes, and funding groundbreaking research.
It's like a bridge between individual experiences and systemic change.
And by working together, individuals, communities, and organizations can create a world where epilepsy is no longer a barrier to living a full and meaningful life.
So what's like the one message you want our listener to take away from this deep dive?
I think the key takeaway is this: epilepsy is not a limitation. It's a part of life. And with the right knowledge, support, and resources, individuals can thrive despite the challenges they face.
Beautifully said. And I want to add to that, don't be afraid to reach out for help or support. Organizations like the Epilepsy Foundation are there to provide guidance, resources, and a sense of community. You are not alone in this journey.
That's such an important message. There's strength in reaching out, connecting with others, and knowing you have a support system to lean on.
And speaking of support systems, if you're finding this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode of Allison Knows on YouTube. Your support helps us reach a wider audience and spread awareness about important topics like epilepsy.
We appreciate your support.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything in this deep dive into epilepsy seizures and the invaluable resources provided by the Epilepsy Foundation. We've learned about the Epilepsy Foundation Learning Portal Seizure Action Plan, the power of community, and the incredible advancements in technology that are transforming epilepsy care and support.
It's been an incredibly insightful and inspiring conversation.
I agree, and I hope our listener feels empowered to learn more, take action, and make a difference in the lives of people with epilepsy.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Allison Knows. Remember to follow Allison on Blue Sky, YouTube, and TikTok. Like, subscribe, and share your comments to Allison Knows on YouTube. We'll see you in our next deep dive.